Call to order this meeting of the Historic Preservation Commission. All right, first item is approval of the agenda. Any comments on the agenda or a motion to approve?
I move approval of the agenda.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Hear none. All right, next up is approval of the minutes from our December 11th, 2023 meeting. Did anybody catch any edits to those minutes, or did they look good? Don't hear any, so I'll motion to approve the minutes from the previous meeting.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? All right. Moving right along. Next is a public forum. Don't see anybody out there. So we'll move on to item 5 on the agenda, which is the Certified Local Government Annual Report Review.
Good evening. So as is our typical practice and as discussed with you last meeting, staff has completed a draft of the 2023 Certified Local Government Annual Report. And what we've submitted to you here is attachment A. And we would ask that you give any edits or changes or corrections that you would like to see in that. And additionally, we also have included the 2024 work plan as was discussed at the last meeting. So this probably will go to the city council for approval. They do have to approve it, and it is actually a presentation by the HPC to them. So typically someone from HPC is at that meeting to represent the agenda item, but usually not much is said, but that's the practice that the state requires. So we'll just move into it, and I'm going to just turn it back to you for you guys to go through, or however you would like to do that.
All right, sounds great. Thank you, Eloise. I guess, does anybody have comments that they looked at beforehand, or would we like to just go through it part by part? Overall, it looked pretty good to me. There might be a couple touch-ups here and there, but otherwise it looked great to what we had talked about last meeting. But if anybody has comments, feel free to toss them out there.
I've got half a dozen punctuation suggestions, but they're so minor. I don't know if we want to put them in the record, or if I can just give you my,
Oh, that'd be
Suggestions.
great. Yeah.
So I have one thing.
Yep.
You didn't put anything about staff training in there. Do they
Seems like
want
they're really interested in the commission
in the
training,
commission? Really?
even though staff does attend and has attended
Yeah.
these Preserve Iowa and so forth.
I think you should put it in. I
Okay.
think staff training should be in there.
Do you remember what part?
I think there's a couple of places. I didn't bring my printout, so.
In the work plan, one of the bullets under continued training is one of the bullet points. Continue with funding for training of commission members and developing educational resources. On the 2024, what is it, page 6, last page?
Oh, no, it's in the report, not in the work plan.
Oh, okay.
It specifically names the commissioners that attended training.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it'd be towards the end of page 3. The training funding for HPC training was included in the city budget.
I could just make sure it's in there in the report somewhere. It might be in another section, not even the attachment A, because there's other stuff that they have us fill out. So I can check and make sure it's there somewhere.
Yeah. I'd like to see.
Part about staff.
I'd like to see that included.
Okay.
Eloise, do we make a recommendation to council to approve it then, or do we just approve it by vote?
Well, it does have to be approved by council as well. So I suppose it technically would be a recommendation of approval.
Okay,
I'm not sure how we worded it in the past.
okay.
I mean, I think you can approve it, and then it goes to them for approval as well. Kind of like the Cranford apartment project, you had to, make a statement about it, but then they also had to do, follow up with
Approve.
it.
Yeah,
So maybe it's really 2 approvals. I don't know that it matters either way.
is that Cranford or Crawford?
Cran-
Oh, there's a Cranford apartment that received a historic.
Oh, okay. I thought that was
Nomination.
Crawford School.
No, not Crawford. It's
Okay.
Cranford apartment.
Okay, I didn't know that. Thank you.
yeah, you probably weren't here yet.
All right, sounds good. Any comments specifically on the page 6 of that, the 2024 work plan? Seems like it picked up on everything we had talked about last time.
So are we approving the work plan as well as the report?
Yes,
Okay,
both need to be approved.
And at this time, because
Yes.
it will go to
That
council
goes to council next.
Yes.
with the
Yep.
work plan.
Right, in that case, I guess I would motion to approve the, probably need to do it in two parts, I guess, but I'd motion to approve um, the annual report, the CLG annual report for 2023.
Yeah, I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Hear none. And then likewise for the work plan, I would motion to approve the 2024 work plan as written here to be presented to city council.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Hear none. All right.
Scott, will you be available to
Yeah, which
attend the
date
meeting
was-
on the 23rd?
23rd of this month.
Mm-hmm.
I think, what day of the week is
It's
that?
a Tuesday.
Tuesday, the
The
23rd.
meeting starts at 6. I'm not sure what time the agenda item would be actually brought up,
6
but
p.m. I think that should be fine. I don't believe I'm going anywhere that week, so I'll be in town. Yep, I can do that. All right, next up on the agenda is the 2024 Historic Preservation Awards Program.
so every year we bring this to you just to have you endorse that you want to move forward. Of course, you did put it in your work plan, so I assume you want to move forward. But this is kind of the kickoff for the awards for the 2024. And then what happens is if you say, yes, go ahead, then I will work with our PR person to put an article in the newspaper, and we'll send out an email to all the neighborhood associations to let them know. But it also more recently in the past, the board has made some nominations of properties. So just individuals on the board have found properties that they find that meet the qualifications. So it's something you can be thinking about and applying for. We will update the website to put the correct date of that the award nominations will be closing on February 22nd. So I'll just return it to you. Do you want to move forward with this item?
When are applications due? We want
It
to
would be
give,
due by February 22nd.
okay, because we want to give the awards at the Preservation Week.
So
Or
what happens,
Preservation
the
Month.
timeline is that there's a window of about 6 weeks where we put it out there for people to submit. And then after all the submittals are received, then that first meeting in March, we bring them back to you for you to review. In some years, way back before I was here, there was actually a subcommittee that reviewed the awards, but in more recent times, it's been the HPC in its entirety that reviews the submittals. And I will provide a summary, but also the full packet of information that's received. And then you will select the awards that you feel or qualify. And then we will proceed to have plaques made. And then the last meeting in April, the mayor actually awards the awards, and it's usually the same meeting that he proclaims. He does a proclamation on behalf of the city for Historic Preservation Month.
Sounds good. One question that obviously looks great. Probably want to move forward with it, I assume the group. But reading through the kind of application form there, just a question I had. Is there a limit to like how recent a project had to have been completed? Like, is it past year, past
How
5 years?
recently
Is
had it
there?
completed? I thought that there was something.
I might have missed it when I was reading, but I didn't see.
It seems like it had to be, yes, here it is. Under eligibility, has to have been completed within the last 3 years.
3 years. All right. Awesome. That's all I was wondering. Cool.
If it's a person, though, it wouldn't have to be. I mean, it could be like a lifetime of activity in historic preservation.
Sure.
Yeah, for under the special award category. You got that
Mhm.
significant achievement in historic preservation. Yeah, I would think.
And
That
I
obviously
think
would
in
be a
the
body of
past,
work.
We've only
Yeah.
given out two times for an individual, and the individual is very significant in their involvement. Any other questions? So a few years back, we reviewed the categories and we kind of changed the names of some of them and we consolidated two of them. So this is, last year was the first year, I think, with the new categories or new terminology. So, and that's always something, if you guys want to revisit, that could be done at another time during the year if you felt there was a need to do that.
All right. My assumption is that everybody's in support of proceeding with the 2024 awards program and
Mhm.
opening the nominations, but anybody else otherwise, please say so. If not, I would motion to approve that the 2024 awards program nominations be opened in January to be received on the date listed in February.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Hear none. All right, on to commission comments. Anything from the commission? If not, we'll move on to staff comments. Anything from you, Eloise?
I don't have anything. We did approve another COA that was, had originally submitted in 2023, but finalized their submittal. That was for some windows.
Okay.
So that was a staff approval.
Awesome. All right, in that case, we've reached the end of our agenda here, so if there's nothing else, I would motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Hear none. Meeting is adjourned.